Hello there people, John the Bearded Vampire here. Hope you're doing brilliant. We are still in lockdown. We are now into week, I think it's 11 now. But this is the 5th? The 5th or the 6th? It is week 6 of my mental health quarantine vloggy things. It is the 6th of June at 3 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday morning. I did another one of these last Friday. Since then, not much has happened. The weekend was pretty kind of non-existent, really, just a standard weekend for me. Monday, it was the start of June. Basically, that means that it's Patreon Day. Pardon me. Which basically means that the people that I help fund get their payments, which means that I received a new EP and single off Brioni Faith, or Brioni Faith, however you pronounce her first name. So straight out, that's mainly what I've been listening to all week. 6, 7, 8 songs, something like that, of hers. Very kind of, it's not the same each month. You can tell that they are kind of different tunes, but it is kind of trance music, kind of cyber trance. So it does get a bit, unless you're really paying attention, it can kind of be seen as being the same. I quite like it, the dancing to it is like cyber goth dancing and trance dancing and stuff like that, and it's quite upbeat, so it's kind of cool to listen to. It keeps the old ears and mind focused for me, I do find. So I think I got that through on the Wednesday. Monday was a pretty kind of dull, boring day. It was really hot, so I was just kind of lazing around, not doing much, kind of in my shorts and t-shirt, not doing much at all. Tuesday was the same. Again, it was another hot day. It was Monday. Obviously, my friend was streaming. Good old Mr. Peach UK was streaming, so I joined his stream for an hour or two. Pardon me again. I've been drinking so much pop today, it's unreal. So yeah, that was Monday. Tuesday was more the same, kind of just chilled, kind of flaking out in the sun. Not in the sun, but away from the sun, trying to stay cool. I think I had an afternoon nap on Tuesday. I can't remember. Wednesday was cool. It was much cooler on the Wednesday. I don't think we had the fan on Wednesday. We had the fan on Monday and Tuesday. So that was like really cool. That was kind of how much of a difference it was. I think it dropped by about 10 degrees. Wednesday again, my friend Mr. Peach UK was streaming again on Wednesday, so again I joined him, which is always good fun. Ran out of my fizzy pop on Wednesday. So Thursday I had to go to the shop to get some more fizzy pop. So I actually left the house on Thursday, but it's like 100 metres down the road to the nearest kind of corner shop. What would you say it's 100 metres probably only about 90. That was Thursday. Friday today, well, yesterday kind of slash today, because it's still technically Friday night, even though it's Saturday morning. Again, Mr. Peach UK was streaming, so I was in his stream, kind of chatting along with him and his fiancée, who's obviously another good friend of mine. And I did my chili vlog. For those of you who are unaware, I do chili vlogs, chili tasting, kind of chili challenges. It'll be up in the next few days. This is going to go out kind of once I've recorded it and done my thumbnail for it. So this will be up kind of like Saturday sometime, but the chili vlog will probably be up Sunday, Monday, that kind of time. But no, that was fun. That was interesting. I could hardly talk. My tongue had swollen. My eyes were watering on the outside and the inside. My nose was running. I was sweating badly. I got stomach cramps, and my chest was hurting. It was a full-on kind of attack of chili, which I love. You know, I wouldn't do them if I didn't love them. I always suffer, but it doesn't bother me because, as I said in the video, you know, these chili challenge, kind of choco challenge that Fuego do, are done in they're done in with a charity of some form. Last year it was prostate cancer. This year it's hunger in America or something like that, where if you buy the bar of chocolate, they donate 50 meals to homeless and sheltered people and vulnerable people. You know, so that's 50 people I've helped through eating a really hot chocolate bar. You know, so I could hold my head up high and say, you know, I've done a little bit of charity. You know, how many other people can actually say they've done their bit for a charity in some way, small or large form? As I say, music-wise, it's mainly been Brioni Faith, how you pronounce it. The album this month, I think, was called The Dream, or Dreaming On, or something like that. I can't remember. And like I said, I pay £8 a month, and with that I get an EP, a single, and a wallpaper every month, plus posts throughout the month, members only YouTube videos, Discord chats, stuff like that. You know, so it's well worth kind of forking out for a bit of like, even the music. And there goes my phone. It always does that. Always does that when I'm doing a vlog. I really need to learn to turn it off. Yeah, so that was music. I was listening to a few other things, so a bit of Monroe, like I was doing the previous week. Tonight I've been listening to a bit of Death Stars, which is a band I've mentioned before, which I need to do a vlog on once I've done a little bit of research into the band, a little bit more info for you. TV wise, I've been watching bits of Flog It. It's been interesting to see how much kind of people's junk goes for. But that's mainly like the last 15 minutes while we're waiting for Pointers to come on. again, that's Coke, by the way. Again, it's mainly been Pointless that I watched. This week, I mean, I've got Pointless on later on in the day, about 6, 7 o'clock at night tonight. But throughout Monday to Friday, we started off the week. Excuse me. We started off the week at the draw. Me and Mum both got Pointless answers. And then each, like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I beat her. So it's not quite a whitewash. But I think in the last 3 weeks now, I think she's only kind of drew with me twice, and every other day it's been me winning. It kind of helps the fact that they're repeats at the moment for me, because my memory is reasonably decent. Considering I'm on medication that destroys stuff like that, my memory is half decent, so I can remember certain episodes which link and kind of trigger certain memories of certain answers. Like we had one the other day on Oasis, and I specifically remember seeing that at least 2 or 3 times before. And one of the answers is a country they've toured in between X year and X year. And I was sure that South Korea and North Korea were answers. I wasn't sure which one it was, but it came up and it was a Pointless answer. So I said that, and that got me a Pointless answer and beat Mum. So when it comes to new episodes, we are on a much more level playing field. So like Saturday, for example, it's a new episode of Pointless Celebrities. Not been on before, so therefore I don't know the answers. So it is more about actual knowledge than memory. What else have I been watching? That's it. That's all I've been watching, really. I've been watching YouTube videos. This week I've been trying to sort out, and last week and like the weekend, I've been trying to sort out my emulators on my PC. I've got the majority of them working now. I found ROM sites that I kind of can get the stuff from. So yeah, it's all looking good. But the PC itself, I think it's the PC. It isn't quite up to scratch at playing them. For example, the PS2 emulator, Need for Speed Underground 1, God of War, they both lag and skip like quite badly. The frame rate on it is quite low. I've touched my face a lot today, sorry. But yet, the one game that I downloaded that I wanted to not work to a certain degree was Fatal Frame 3. And that one plays fine. It took a little bit of time to get into it, like a few minutes for it to play properly. But once it was playing properly, and there's no issues with it, no lagging on it, no kind of low frame rates or anything. And that played fine, which was really annoying because I was playing that at 1:30, 2 o'clock this morning. Pitch black outside. I'm the only one here, headphones on, hearing lots of noises outside the headphones. It is not the kind of game you want to be playing on your own in the pitch black. Because Fatal Frames, if you don't know what they are, they're called Fatal Frame in America, but here in the UK we call them Project Zero. and they are Japanese horror games, like survival horror kind of things. You go against ghosts, and the only weapon you've got is a camera, which is where the Fatal Frame name and Project Zero name comes into it, because you're supposed to take pictures of the ghosts as they attack you at the Fatal Frame to get the most maximum damage from the ghost. But yeah, they're really scary games. It's very rare that I ever play them. But the third one I've never played until this morning, and I know why. But yeah, I've got like a PS3 emulator as well. Downloaded a couple of games for the PS3, Destiny and Medal of Honor. Medal of Honor I've not got working yet because it needs to do something to the hard drive, and I'm not sure what it'll do if I do it. It says it needs to download information, and I don't know where it's going to download it to, because on the C drive I've hardly got any space, and I've only got space really on my F drive, so I don't know if it'll download it to C drive or F drive. I'm not sure, or whether I can choose. I don't know. Destiny doesn't work because it won't connect to the internet, so I need to go into the settings of the emulator to find out how I can connect to the internet via that, if it's possible. If not, that's a wasted game that I've downloaded. I've got Ghost of Sparta and Chains of Olympus on the PSP, and they work fine. There's no lag, there's no low frame rates, there's no skipping. They're kind of, that plays fine, that one does. I've had a bit of trouble with the PS Vita. So far I've downloaded one game, and it's not worked, because there was a patch to it and I weren't sure how to work the patch. So I'm currently downloading a couple of different games for it, to see, without patches, to see what that will do. I've had to look on the internet. This week I've been using YouTube quite a lot, to kind of research and learn how to use emulators, how to install them, where to find them, YouTubers' kind of best ROM sites, best emulator sites, and so on. So it's been an educational week for me, really, which is always cool. It's always nice to learn new skills and techniques and stuff. Because until this week I didn't really know what I was doing with them. I get paid next week, and I'm thinking about buying a new phone. I've seen one that's cheaper than the other one, or two. One's cheaper than the other one, but it's not as much of a popular brand. It's supposed to be quite a good phone, but it's like a Chinese brand, and I'm not sure about it. Whereas the other phone, it's not quite as good specs, but it's a much better branded phone, and it's more expensive by like 20 quid, 25 quid. So I don't know what to do, whether to go for the cheaper one and not know what the quality of the phone's going to be like, or get the one that I know is a decent brand, where the specs are going to be lower but it costs more. I've got to try and weigh up the pros and cons for each one. I might ask a few people's advice for that. I don't know. But that's next week, which I'll talk about in next week's vlog. And I think really that's all I've done. That's pretty much brought me up to date with Friday. This weekend is going to be a pretty kind of chill weekend, playing games that I've downloaded for emulators, and also Steam games and so on. I've installed my DualShock 3 controller onto the PC now, so I can use my controller instead of using the keyboard and mouse. Some games just work better with controllers. You know, mouse and keyboard aren't always the ideal scenario. Obviously, keyboard and mouse for stuff like Unreal Tournament, it's designed for that. But stuff like Control, I've got a feeling might be better with a control pad. The game Control, that is, it's called Control. It's a new game. I think that might work better with a control pad. I've been using it with a keyboard and mouse, but I'm not really doing that well with it. So I'm going to try it with the control pad. But yeah, this weekend I intend on relaxing. Next week I've got a phone call off the psychiatrist. I had a letter this week. I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday. I had a letter off the psychiatrist, because obviously we're on lockdown and the clinic isn't open properly yet. They're only doing phone consultations, so I've got to have a phone call next week, and I hate using the phone. I hate phone calls. It kind of really agitates my anxiety. Yes, that'll be an interesting one to talk about next week, how I coped with that. I think it's the 11th, the phone call is. And then on the 10th, next week, we're supposed to be having our smart meter. We should have had it done April or May time. But again, because of lockdown and everything, they've had to cancel that, and they've now rebooked it for next week. So again, I'll talk to you about that. Hopefully I'll have a nice new smart meter and display, which I might be able to show off or something. I don't know. Yeah, that's it, really. Been a quiet week, really. Because I've mainly been doing the emulator things. Have you been up to anything interesting, or has anything interesting happened? Have you had any plans, or did you have any plans before lockdown that have been ruined? I've got a friend whose birthday it is next week, and he's kind of like, I don't know what to do with it, because I can't do this and I can't do that. So I'm gutted. So leave me a message and we'll have a chat, and I will see you all in another video. Bye bye.